Hello guys, welcome back to the Media Nights. My name is Ari.
And I'm Denise.
And today we're going to be watching House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 5. The previous episode was absolutely devastating. We lost Rhaenys in that dragon sequence. I mean, Vhagar absolutely destroyed them. I don't know how, she keeps sneaking up on people. She's massive, but yet, she does not make a sound apparently. I don't know, man. That battle was a rough watch, but honestly, we've been asking for it. We asked for it. We said, hey, we want to see dragon on dragon action. We got it. And then we weren't ready for it. That was it was an amazing sequence. I loved how they made it seem like they were birds of prey. I commented on that visual. It looked mesmerizing. It looked amazing. And I cannot wait to see some more dragon on dragon action, even though I know it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, honestly, the dragon on dragon action, like, I know we asked for it, but it was one of those situations where it's like, careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And my heart really broke for the dragons. Meleys was just looking back at Rhaenys. It's, oh my God, the connection between those two. It was just so beautiful. And I just don't want these dragons to get hurt. It's always devastating to see that. There's a lot of complicated things that are happening, especially Aemond attacking the king, essentially. And I'm assuming with the intent to kill. I'm not looking forward to see what that is going to mean for the relationships for everyone else, how Aegon is going to handle everything, if he's even capable of doing anything at this point, because I'm going to assume that he's severely injured after this. Like, if it's not just being burnt to a crisp, it's also the massive fall that he had to take. Things are getting complicated, man. It's getting juicy. It's going to be really difficult to watch,
the
man.
Dance of Dragons have begun, man, and we're seeing it live. This is going to be insane, guys. Apologies for having this episode come out a little bit later. We were extremely sick. It was a really, really bad time, and it would have been honestly impossible to record it in the state that we were. So we decided to, let's just recover, get a little bit better so that, we give you guys a better experience and we ourselves get to enjoy the episode a bit more as well. So we're feeling much, much better now. We are ready to rock and roll, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to catch the full-length reaction, that's going to be available on our Patreon. We hope that you enjoy, and as always, we'll catch you guys after the show. You know what's awesome about being this late into watching this episode? We don't have to wait a week for the next one. We literally don't have to wait at all.
I've been so curious about this episode.
It's we're gonna get to see the whole aftermath after that battle, man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Gonna be nuts.
Brother on brother
crime.
Yes. I kind of like the themes of the house destroying themselves from within.
That's really what's happening here. It's actually really sad.
Oh no. Has he gotten the news yet?
He has the walk of a defeated man.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume so. Oh man, I cannot imagine. Yeah, you just lost one of your best weapons yet, best allies you had.
Yeah, the queen that never was but should have been.
Her most experienced dragonrider too.
Yeah, she never even had to utter the word Dracarys. That's how in tune they were.
Behold, the traitor dragon Meleys, slain!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, these people.
Of course they're gonna flaunt their victory, right?
Yeah.
Man, look at the size though, just for scale. Holy shit, that head is massive.
This is a black omen.
There's still smoke coming out of that thing. Imagine how hot the blood is.
Don't they realize we won the battle?
Strange victory, if it was one.
Right.
I kind of like Alicent's brother.
Yeah, me too.
He's kind of like a no BS type of guy. I like that.
I thought the dragons was gods.
Slain by your king!
By your king? That's not what happened. Poor baby.
Whoa, so much dark imagery, man.
Yeah, the bodies of the rat catchers still hanging.
Yep. Oh, Aemond. He's got to feel some type of way, right? He's not getting any credit for the victory.
Oh yeah, I would be so pissed if I were Aemond.
Some of that jealousy.
So after all this shit that I did, really?
Yeah, he's got that dagger. He claimed it as his. Yeah, she knows something's up. I think that might be Aegon
Yeah.
in there. What is the state of him?
Dude, I don't even know, man. It can't be good, whatever it is. The score is beautiful.
She's got a great presence on screen.
She says so much without uttering a single word.
Yeah, what a great actress.
So powerful.
Great composition, man. Just gushing over the cinematography. Oh, man.
Remains with us for the moment.
Damn, for the moment. It's a miracle he's alive.
Oh.
Of course, it's burned into his skin. Yay.
What did you do, Aemond? He kept bullying him. He kept pushing his buttons.
Yeah.
We knew he was going to snap at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say. If you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical.
This is the cost of what they've started. The gall he has to show up. Oh my god.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
Yeah.
Of course.
I wonder who's that gonna be, huh? What's up, baby? Welcome back.
What happened?
We took the castle at the cost of some 900 men.
It's a big cost.
The king, Sir Criston, what befell him?
His Grace fought valiantly.
Answer the question, goddammit.
So many non-answers.
In Aemond?
She knows. She feels it.
Yeah. When she looked at Aemond, I think she felt it.
What was his part in this?
You know what his part in this was.
We still have no ground army but the one we hope that Daemon will raise. He who has left us after some marital spat.
Careful there.
Jesus.
I could never doubt your capability or your quickness of mind.
Mm-hmm.
It is merely that the gentler sex heretofore has not been much privy to the strategies of battle or their execution.
Mm-hmm.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's time of war now. It's time to move, man. We need to start moving forward. They need an army ASAP.
Yeah, and they need to stop bullshitting.
Yeah, dilly-dallying
Like
too
this.
much.
Yeah.
That's it.
Still squabbling amongst yourselves.
If Aegon is dead, we will soon know it.
Twould be a victory in name only. They will soon prop up another in its...
Right, exactly.
Can strike King's Landing before their dragon is recovered.
Then I myself must do it.
My queen, you are the crown. It is out of the question.
What would you have me do?
You gotta rule, command them, strategize, send another dragon, send someone, send Daemon.
Or go to Daemon. Something. Their inaction is honestly driving me nuts.
I know that Daemon is supposedly busy with his whole army thing, but it's the next best shot you got.
Where are you going?
To Harrenhal, to treat with the Daemon.
Thank you. Someone doing something.
I'm here being forced to play the coddled princeling. It's humiliating,
She
Baela.
only protects you. You are the succession.
And I must be seen to act for her claim and mine.
No, he wants to take action. He actually wants to be proactive about it.
Yeah, I can understand. I would not want to sit still either and just wait for my fate.
I will treat with the Freys to secure it.
She will not like it.
And don't tell her, not until I'm away.
Don't get yourself in trouble out there, man. He's riding solo.
Announce the false King Aegon as a usurper. Bend the knee to me.
To you?
Be the lord of bones and cinders than bend my knee before some heathen blackwood.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
People hatched out of the deepest of the seven hells, your grace. Be a kindness to oblige them and send them back whence they came.
A kindness indeed.
That is quite the impression, Lord Bracken. But alas, not an answer.
Time to eat.
Time for munchies.
We choose fire.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, you said it.
Your wish is our command.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
They are pig-headed, intransigent.
They would rather burn than succumb.
It's pretty
Exactly
ballsy.
the kind of men I need.
Right.
Now, how to convince them?
We have fought them for an age and more.
Then perhaps you could try less fighting and more persuading.
Perhaps a gentler touch.
But every man has a weakness.
Exactly.
You take my meaning then.
Okay. How exactly?
Show them your worst.
Oh,
I am
Daemon.
your servant, your grace.
Oh. What does that mean? What is it going to do?
Persuasion. How exactly are you going to convince them?
You promised the Queen Rhaenyra 15,000 swords.
In return for protection.
She sent 2.
Both still wet from the egg.
I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request.
No. Damn.
The dragons will grow.
Eventually.
My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
She must feel so alone there.
I can't
Just
even
her?
imagine, yeah.
And a bunch of strangers.
They speak around me, not to me. They did not prepare me to fight. Instead, I was given my father's cup.
Yeah. That must suck. You're gonna need to show them.
Daemon as well.
Shall your evening meal be served here, Your Grace?
Not now.
She must feel so powerless in this situation.
She has to use her own strengths.
Criston Cole made a mistake, parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize of war. They are afraid. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace.
Who whispers tear down stone or break shields?
Not underestimate your subjects.
Exactly. You can use the people.
What you cannot do, let others do for you.
Gotta delegate.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
Thank you. Miss Arya's great. She's very smart. I love that.
That's the strategy, right? You got to use your strengths, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
She has to find a way where her talent, her knowledge can give her the upper hand.
Oh, she's sending her handmaiden, I guess?
The thought of her lying in a field, broken amongst her enemies.
Oh, man. Not a sight you would want to see.
My father was furious. His own mother's dragon, the fastest beast ever known, and she'd have none of him.
Would have loved to see that moment of bonding.
Me too.
For what she gave me in the end, I'm grateful. Would you give this to your grandsire? I do not wish to stand alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. More dreams?
You were always the strong one, the finest swordsman.
Who is this?
Your brother had great love in his heart, but he lacked your constitution. Viserys was unsuited for the crown.
Oh.
Oh.
Daemon, you were made to wear it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Daemon, you got to snap out of it, man. I know this is fun and all, but you got some work to do.
If only you'd been born first, my favorite son.
That is...
Oh, this is...
What the
Is the
hell?
duck not to your liking, Your Grace?
What are you doing to the duck, man?
I like the goose myself.
He needs to pull his crap together, man. This is getting weird.
I think she has something to do with it for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Task their huntsmen to bring us meat and wood.
There's, of course, the matter of payment.
Oh, yeah.
Larys transferred his family's wealth to King's Landing.
That's exactly what he said before.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps she could provide the necessary coin if you could only write to her.
No.
No peace yet.
I shall guarantee the payment myself.
Let's see, how the hell is he going to do that? Where's he going to get the coin from?
You should address me as my king.
But you're the prince.
Exactly.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
Well, the king.
There it is then.
Consort.
It's unnecessary, don't you think?
So straight to king, huh?
I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel like Daemon is a bit power hungry as well.
Yeah.
His Grace suffered grievous burns over much of his body. He has many broken bones. I fear there are more injuries within.
Yeah, internal bleeding and whatnot.
I can't even imagine infections.
I must admit, I'm not sure he will ever wake.
This is really bad news.
Grasped to their fullest extent, our king's fate lies with the gods now.
He is pleased about that. He's like, thank God.
I know, he has this little smirk.
He's like, he's not waking up anytime soon.
But now we must name a regent to take his place until he recovers, or does not.
She's not going to name Aemond, right?
But who else?
Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised if she chooses Aemond.
You played your part admirably in a time of peace, Your Grace, but circumstances have changed.
Of course, they're not going to want her to do it.
The obvious choice, Prince Aemond.
Aemond is young. And his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
Oh. Ow.
Damn, shots fired, huh?
Yep.
At a time when we must show strength.
Lord Larys.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemond.
Oh, wow.
What would you say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning we raised up a woman of our own?
Right. Right.
But the hand speaks with the king's voice, Sir Criston. What say you?
It's up to you, man.
Aemond is the next in line.
You went against Bay. No more fun time for you, sir. That is it.
No, he ain't getting any anymore.
Aemond, you patient son of a bitch. Just sat there in silence.
Oh my god! Damn. The little side eye.
What is our standing in the Riverlands?
The banners of House Tully are in disarray, Your Grace. Size
For now.
That's karma for Alicent.
Oh, she is upset. Just breathe.
Your brother's hosting me, Daemon.
I shall send Lord Jace an encouragement.
What else?
Dude,
yikes.
Her performance is fantastic.
Out of their fear and unrest.
Oh, if looks could kill.
If it were possible, I swear she's gonna blow up right here in front of us.
What are your tasks? We shall meet again at first light. Someone cut down the rat catchers.
Yeah,
Thank
it's about
you.
time. I think it's been enough.
Yeah.
There is no food. Our neighbors are stealing from each other. We must get out.
Dude, it's all falling apart, these poor people.
We should make for Templeton. My brother will have room.
You would have me turn beggar.
It's great that we get to see the common people, right? How they have to deal with these politics.
Have you been paid for those machines you were forced to build?
The king has promised payment.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
Right? What they told Rhaenyra, their faith is going to start wavering.
Exactly. They're alone, they're starving, they're scared.
Stay and wait for his empty promises, husband. With them, you can feed the mouths of ghosts.
Oof. Yeah. You got a little girl, man.
Yeah, it looks like she's sick too. Like, oh, it's such a helpless situation. I feel so bad for the people.
Somebody give that doggo some lovies. Please.
He's still following the cart where his owner is. Oh my God, my heart.
It's great how we get to see some of the parallels too between Aemond and Daemon, right? They're both the younger sibling who never felt like they got the credit they deserved.
And are trying to find a way to ascend the throne.
Yep.
Aemond is the next in line. It is the order of things.
You know what he is, what he has somehow become.
Somehow, you're really surprised?
Is your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night and flee the sunrise like a moth?
Damn.
Awkward.
What did you see?
Saw some crazy shit.
Have I not spared you? What we must do now is terrible. Is this who you are, Alicent?
I did not ask to be spared. I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Oh, yep. She's not Boo anymore. I don't think so.
She's not Boo Boo anymore.
You're going to have to show her loyalty 24/7, you know, not just at night, man.
Exactly. If he wanted to, he would.
Well, I understand the fear, though. He's like, no, after what I saw, we need a freaking dragonrider and a good one.
That's true. Wait, are they not? Oh, they're not letting the people leave? Damn, so they're actually going through with that.
People are going to revolt. This is not a good look.
See, this is the time for Rhaenyra to show up like, I will free you all. She's so pale. Oh God, this is going to be really bad. See, that's what's so heartbreaking. In times of war, it's always the common folk like this that pay the price.
Our hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen, or in the ruminations of Lord Tully, the oaf. Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You fear a dragon, leagues away.
I mean, rightfully so.
Do you offer us your protection?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Smart.
But let's do business.
Yeah.
And the protection of my uncle.
And Daemon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
Yeah, totally.
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle. Does the Queen intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrenhal?
Looks like it.
Why? Why the one thing that Daemon will never give up? There's no way.
I mean, it looks like Jace is playing the political game.
My mother will want more than your crossing.
Yep.
What does her grace desire?
Bent knees.
Look at him playing the game. I'm so proud of him.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
See, he's getting shit done.
Seems like he's being more effective, right, than Daemon's strategy, whatever he's up to right now. Just having weird dreams and all.
I know. He's doing his weird shit up there.
You can tell that he really loves his family. You know, he keeps dreaming about his...
So much love.
His mother and all that stuff. You gotta have a conversation with her, man.
He is so stupid for leaving himself in this position.
I hear strange things from Brackenland.
There's news then.
What I hear in the wind. Children being taken from their mothers, wives carried away.
Just horrors.
These are crimes against the innocent that any upright man would repudiate.
Surely you haven't mistaken me for an upright man.
Well, at least he's aware of it.
But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
Yeah, nope, about
right.
that. He's like, say what?
Not quite.
When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
Yeah, you never got to meet her, huh?
Your Grace.
Yeah, that is her, man. She's toying around with your mind. It's obvious.
The Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Brackens. Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you.
No shit.
My castle is a tomb, empty, haunted.
I can only imagine.
Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Even the death of my wife does not content her. She not asked enough of my house.
Oh, he did not like that. I thought he was going to be happy about it.
Or does she think the position will compensate me for my loss?
I mean, never.
I mean, come on.
They will accept it most gleefully.
Rather, I would sail into the west and be lost.
That's not
You have done
enough
so
either,
before,
man.
at great cost to yourself and those who loved you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Rhaenys was not only your wife, she was a Targaryen princess, the queen who never was, and she flew to Rook's Rest of her own will. She died as she would have wished to die.
Yeah, fighting.
Exactly.
The way my mother chose, and the way I myself wish to meet my end.
Wow.
An honorable way to go.
A warrior's way.
I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished, as Rhaenys herself should have. You yourself may do as you see fit.
I know you're grieving, man, but we need your help too.
Granddaughter, I would make you my heir.
Wow.
Wow.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
She's so powerful, so strong.
Your Grace.
Mm-hmm.
I have perhaps erred in waiting for him to prove himself.
Interesting.
I wish you to go to Harrenhal.
Yeah, go check on him.
Moving me from your counsel.
Never. Come on.
No.
I will not deny you have tried my patience of late. We cannot challenge King's Landing without the Riverlands, but I will not send a message by Raven for Daemon to disregard.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he will.
2. Reason with him.
If that is even possible.
His intentions.
Intentions?
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
Yeah, she's suspicious. She does not trust him one bit.
He would not dare.
Yeah, he would.
Daemon to lack in daring.
Thank you.
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Your Grace.
He'll know what that means.
It's not over till I say it's over. Come back here. They need Daemon. I mean, he's the next most experienced rider out there.
Rider, warrior, strategist. Like we already know, he's competent for those things.
What is it, Sir Simon? Is the pudding now served?
Pudding?
What godless hour is it?
The wolf. They are demanding to speak presently.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Dude, Harrenhal really looks haunted. It's like a haunted house.
It really does.
It's just bad vibes everywhere.
It's like raining. There's like holes in the roof.
Dark, moody.
Yeah.
House Bracken have been brought to heel at the hands of Willem Blackwood.
That news is stale.
It's like, yes, we know that already.
Our peasants put to the sword.
They pursued the women and the children.
Exactly.
Right.
What of common decency?
These beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen. Red dragon on black.
And you're committing these actions? Daemon, what kind of image?
Terrible war is being fought in these lands.
Oh.
We should have expected nothing more from a man who ordered the slaughter of a child in his mother's arms.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Calling him out?
Know this, interloper. The Riverlands are an ancient place, watched closely by the eyes of old gods and new.
He's being grilled.
We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Damn.
He's got a bad image out there. Nobody wants to deal with Daemon.
That's what happens. Your reputation will precede you.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Huh.
Great match cut.
Very nice.
More bad news for Rhaenyra.
Oh yeah, I'm curious what she was sent here to do.
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria.
I thought she was dead.
Would she die without collecting her due?
That's great. Oh.
Great score, man.
I know. And the cinematography, the way it sets the mood, especially in this episode, is amazing. I feel like everything feels haunted right now.
They finally nailed how to do the dark without having us not being able to see anything.
Yeah, we can actually see now. Isn't that great? So who's that old friend?
Elinda.
Oh, that's the girl that Aegon attacked, right? Last season?
I believe so.
Oh.
Do it, man.
Take that pin, man. You know you're the right choice.
Yeah. Rhaenys would have wanted it too. You're
100%.
the right call. What a great antagonist, man. Aemond salivating at crazy,
Yes.
you know? He's like, whoa, that throne looks amazing.
I can't even blame him, though. He is more competent than Aegon.
Was it worth the price?
What?
I love Elena, dude. I need to see more of her and her powers.
Yes.
That breathing does not sound good.
The agony he must be in. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
I hope at least they gave him that thing they used to give Viserys for the pain. Kind of like their version of morphine.
Yeah, what was it? Milk of the poppy or something?
Yeah.
He's holding on, though.
So you have to be like, oh,
no.
He's conscious. I need him to be like, it was Aemond. That piece of shit.
Prince Jacaerys, Your Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Give her the good news, big man.
Hi, Mom. Sorry about not telling you about that whole thing.
She's probably going to be pissed about it too,
Yeah,
though.
she looks pissed already.
Visenya, I hope you do not mean to use her as an example.
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
What is the mood at the twins? Did his lordship quibble?
He wishes for the Freys to be granted Harrenhal.
I'm proud of you, Jace.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Then why do you look angry?
Right, I'm also confused now.
With a war being fought over my ascension. And yet I must wait here.
She's also done being patient.
And when Aemond comes hunting for you, your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did?
Ow. Yeah, I mean, you can't touch Vhagar. Not with that dragon.
No.
Aemond will not wait long to press his advantage. And then what? I have done all I can from here. But if all else fails, it is I who must fight.
True.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Shall I fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until we are all destroyed?
No.
Fight
for it.
Time to fight for it, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to need more than one dragon, though.
She's
this
gonna be
time.
more. Yeah, she's gonna be more useful out there.
We have two large enough to stand against Vhagar, Vermithor and Silverwing.
Right.
Yes, and if only they had riders, none could stand against me.
There is Rhaena,
who nearly lost her life in her last attempt.
Man, they need more riders. That sucks.
There are those of our line who never ruled. Their children, born with other names.
Bastards.
The dragon will only accept a dragon lord to ride it. Also say the histories.
Valyrian histories.
Oh.
Written to gild us in glory.
He does not agree with all those histories.
Wow.
Atali.
It's better than death and defeat.
He's smart, man. I like this kid.
There are records here, surely, of our line and of those who fell out of it.
Oh, didn't we meet the supposed brother?
Oh.
It's a mad sword.
But a possible one.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah. We'll time to scroll through all that paper. Find who could be a viable rider. Man.
Oh, man.
Going down the line of all the forgotten blood. Everybody that's been swept under the rug. All those one night stands.
I'm dead.
Forth.
Well, it's like Corlys' illegitimate son, right? The one that Rhaenys met last episode.
They were like, you look like him.
I know.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Could he be a viable dragon rider? Oh man, this is getting juicy in a different way. This is kind of a little bit soap opera-y, but I like it.
Soap opera-y. Low-key, that's true. But I appreciate that element of this.
I mean, it's a smart thing, right? Jace is only looking for, to strengthen the people, right? The ranks. They have the dragons. They are lacking riders. So they need someone who can manage and someone tough enough. Because obviously, they already mentioned that sometimes the bonding process does not go as planned and it can be dangerous. But yeah, I cannot wait to see any of those two dragons that were mentioned, to see that bonding and to see them in action finally. Because, Vhagar is pretty big, man. It's a really big beast. What they have there as a weapon, and even though we saw Meleys, she was badass, man. She took on the challenge. She was able to take down Sunfyre, and still she fought till the end with Vhagar. But had she had some support, that could have easily been a very even fight. Perhaps not a conclusive one. I think somebody would have had to retreat at that point, but they could have caused some heavy damage because Vhagar was still, like they mentioned, she was depleted after that fight. So I cannot wait to see more, like I mentioned, dragon on dragon action and more of a fair fight, because the one that we got was, not the fairest one. So I want to see like a 2v2 or a 1v1 where it's like, yeah, we get to see some nice extended action in that sense.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because, we've been hearing about Vermithor for a while now. So I really just want to see Vermithor, in its full glory. Like, that would be so freaking cool. And, I do appreciate the alternative strategies that Jace has been bringing along throughout this. I love that, he's also sick and tired of just being shielded from all of this, right? He wants to go out there. He wants to make a difference, because it's not just about his mom's ascension. It's something that eventually he will inherit. And I love that he's now actively taking charge of his own destiny and actually trying to make a difference and find solutions. And the solutions that he's been finding, like he's been a great politician so far. And I've been really, really enjoying that, seeing that side of him come out, especially, in the first season, like they were kids, they were young, they were more meek. And now kind of seeing him find his own place in this world and finding his stride. I think it's been a wonderful addition, especially in this episode, because he's a great supporter, I think, to Rhaenyra, especially because of how similar they are in temperament. Like, they're both like, the queen/king to be, but they're forced to stay where they are because of that title. And they don't want it. They constantly rebel against it. Like, they're people of action. And I loved seeing that contrast throughout this episode.
I feel like she cannot get too angry at Jace, because she used to do the same thing when she was young. And like, they're literally, like you mentioned, they're similar in that sense, where they rebel. They feel like they should do more. And I like that Jace took it into his own hands, to solve this matter for her and come up with solutions, like you mentioned. And it's cool to see how the writers are also doing a great job at maturing these characters. Like, they feel like they're slowly becoming adults, but it doesn't feel like it just happened from one season to the other. Like, we slowly see some of those changes happening, and I like how these characters are behaving, the reasoning. Like, we had the whole backstory of season 1. We know why Aemond is doing what he is doing. We had that one episode, I think towards the end of the season in season 1, where Aemond was, he literally said, I should be the one who should be king, not you. I'm the one who knows the history. I'm the one who knows the strategy. I'm the one that wants it. You don't want it. So that resentment, and on top of that being bullied, like, you understand exactly why Aemond did what he did. He just wanted him out of the question. Like, he should not even be in this, like, in this position at all. And all that hatred, all that resentment. And then you draw that parallel to Daemon, and it's exactly the same thing, where it's like, he was never, the one that was even considered. And that's, I think, the thing that made him snap towards the end of season 1 is like, oh yeah, Viserys never told you about, the Song of Ice and Fire. Therefore, you were never really truly considered at all. And him realizing that was what that unfortunately caused that whole choking scene and whatnot. He clearly felt betrayed by his own brother once again. And he's like, I may have felt like I had a chance, but I never really had a chance, right? And perhaps feeling that clearly something that's going to come up here and there. I think he's going to consistently stay in that gray area where we don't know whether or not he's going to want to claim power for himself or for Rhaenyra and the house that he's fighting for. As we draw the parallels now, it has us thinking, would Daemon do the same thing to Rhaenyra that Aemond did to Aegon, right? Would he be capable of something like that? Would he want to do something like that? Because if so, then it's a really tough position. But knowing Daemon, I think after what he did with, the kid and what happened in the first episode of the season, something has shaken him up. And I think all these visions and he is seeing the consequences of his ways. I would like to see some character development come from that. I would like to see him maybe be a little bit wiser about it. I'm not saying necessarily smarter, because he is a smart person. He just does not consider consequences too much. And I think if he only took a break and thought about how to move the pieces further ahead, I think he could be a great asset to Rhaenyra's cause. But I think for now, he's just very experienced as a dragon rider, and they need to send him into action. I think Daemon is not a person you send to do politics. You send him to destroy things. If you can use him as a tool for what he's meant for, I think that's when they're going to succeed. If you keep sending him to, create truces and have people bend the knee, then you're going to, as you see, nobody wants to work with that guy. He's too volatile, and he's too abrasive in that sense. So he's not a good politician, which is also why he wouldn't have been a good king. It all goes down to the same personality traits that he has been showing all this time. So I really need his character to start developing a little bit, but it's very interesting to see some of that kind of come back and bite him in the ass, where it's like, oh yeah, it's not a good look. And these people are starting to talk about me in a way that I gotta be careful, because it all comes down to Rhaenyra eventually, right? You still belong to that house. I very much like this episode. It was a lot of setting up. It was like after the climax that we had with the previous one, we have to set up what are the next pieces? What is still happening around the world? We got another glimpse of what the common people are going through, which is horrible. And now they can't even escape King's Landing. They can't do anything. And it's going to be bad, essentially. People are going to get really pissy about it. And I think Rhaenyra has an opportunity there to strike, as it was mentioned in the episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be the perfect opportunity for her to kind of swoop in and, promise these people salvation. They are given the promise that they will never have to go without ever again, a single day. They won't have to worry about food, about medicine, or any other basic necessities that these people are clearly having a lot of trouble accessing right now. Obviously, war is terrible, and it's just such a stark contrast how the people are suffering this much whilst, Alicent, Aemond, and all the other people in power are still living quite comfortably, up there safe and sound in their home. And I feel like Rhaenyra can kind of exploit that, like the resentment amongst the people, where it's like, look at how they're treating you. They're all safe and sound up there. Come with me. It will be different. Hopefully it will be different.
Not just talk. That's
and
what I
not
was
just
thinking.
talk,
Yeah.
That would be my hope. I definitely see, Rhaenyra wanting to actually fulfill a promise like that. She doesn't really strike me as a cruel queen just yet. She's been a little bit too tempered, I think, thus far. And I'm kind of hoping for her to be a little bit more of an active participant in her situation. You can tell that she's struggling with that. She wants to be more active, but like her title is preventing her from it. Also, her lack of experience in war. Those are all things that factor in. So, it's very interesting to see how that also kind of correlates to Alicent and her so-called impotence at this moment, right? She was so sure that she was gonna take that place instead of Aemond, and guess what? It didn't, because the very fact that she exploited to oust Rhaenyra has now come to bite her in the ass. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a little bit satisfying, because it's like, this is your own doing. This is like, you made your bed, now you have to lay in it. I'm very curious to see how Aemond is gonna progress after all of the initial decisions that he's already made, because I don't think it's gonna help the balance that is already very shaky right now in King's Landing.
I like the confidence that he showed, though, that he demonstrated. As soon as he got power, he's like, okay, we got to do this, and this. Go, move along. He already knows what has to be done. And I think, at least in his opinion, I guess we'll see, like you mentioned, what the consequences of those decisions will be. But I like how confident, he just feels like he's the right choice. Yet we know that there's something in him that is very dark, very unstable, and that just snaps. And I think, again, it's I love how the show just draws these parallels where it's like, well, if Daemon is not a good king because of these traits, how could Aemond be a good king when he shows and demonstrates some of the very similar traits there? Yeah. Same with Alicent and Rhaenyra. Like, we have a lot of cool mirroring here in the writing, and I'm really enjoying it, man. I cannot wait to see them, ramp up again the tension. I feel like this was a bit, like I said, a lull. It's a bit more of a transitory episode, and it's normal. It has to happen. We got a little tease of what can be a nice solution for the Blacks, at least for the moment. I mean, the thing is, once it's bonded, it's done. So you're going to want those people on your side forever, potentially. Maybe perhaps finding a way to legitimize the bloodline, even though they are bastards. Clearly, I mean, Jace, we all know the truth there. So like, perhaps, there's something that can entice these people to actually fight for Rhaenyra's cause. I guess we'll see, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really cool show. I've been enjoying the pacing so far. I do wish, though, it's a bit, it's time. Let's start moving this forward.
Yeah.
We only have a few episodes left, so let's get the ball rolling. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed. And as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.